I always thought it was his job as a school board. He was a school board member, whatever that
Some random stranger. Go on, Mavis, what are you going to say?
When you do have people that you don't know and are older than you, you can really learn from them. I feel like there's a sort of comfort there because they're much more mature and they much more will accept you. And like with a friend, if you were to tell them about a problem, they would just probably tell you to just like sort yourself. But with them, you could really discuss and converse about what the problem is.
It's different, it's very relaxed, and once we actually get started to talk, and they feel free to talk, and they know that whatever happens in here ain't going any further, then we have a really good relationship, and they feel they can say what they want to say. And it's true, nowadays you don't get a chance to get to know kids in the same way as you used to. From both sides, that the kids have realised that old people are not just a load of old miseries, that they can have a laugh and that they can be talked to and that they have had a life. And vice versa. And, you know, instead of thinking what they're up to, or they're walking along the road with stuff in their ears, which they are, of course, when all's said and done, you realise that they actually do have opinions and that you can actually talk to them and that they're no different from what they ever were, really.
And they come in and they see, you know, the elderly generation, and they're a little bit taken back at first, those who've only been here for the first time. And then they sit down and they realise that they have a lot of knowledge to pass on to them, and again touch on subjects that they don't know about, and obviously the experience that they can pass on to them. So I think it helps seeing somebody from a different generation. You're not connected to the school, so therefore they can offload to you about whatever problems they might be having within the school, with certain individuals, within their outside life maybe. And I think that's been good for them to do that, because as members of staff, they don't necessarily feel that we can be their confidant in that respect. Having somebody outside of school coming in and taking the time to sit down and want to speak to the boys about anything at all. So I welcome it.
Working with us, they can find out what we're getting up to in like 2014 and like what choices we make and stuff like that.
You go into any project with a feel about, well, how's it going to be here, and you have your own thoughts and opinions about it. When you actually meet the young people and talk with them, yeah, they're fine. They don't often get to sit down with older people and learn about their lives and the lives they've lived and what they've done, and their working life, their family life. And likewise with young people, from young people I learn that they have a very different experience of their lives to the experience that I had.
I think they get a different perspective on everyday things that we talk about. It gives them a different idea. And our experiences are not always, oh, we did everything. Well, we didn't do everything, actually, and we all made it in the end.
Before, I used to think old people were like so grumpy, but knowing now that, because I've talked to older people face to face, I think like they're pretty nice, and like they know what goes on.
I need to be around young people. I've got 3 kids of my own, 3 grandkids, and I love the days when they were all around me with all their mates, and I miss that desperately. And especially as an ex-teacher, I miss the energy of the young, and it's you know, it brings back memories and it rejuvenates me. There's no doubt about it. It's really important for me.
I think older people can definitely benefit from the younger people, as vice versa.
So many people, older people, are walking around not seemingly enjoying life. They seem to be quite lonely. You can never be lonely when you're on a project like this. There's always something to do, somebody to talk to. And I've made a lot of friends within the AgeUK.
Some of us like want to get like a good education and care about like what we do and how we act and how we react. But and some old people think that we don't care and we just do what we want and say what we want, but it's not all true, and some of us actually care.
Basically, it's nice to see the young people, and you miss them. They're so vibrant. You know, their whole attitude is great. You know, so you like to sort of see that. You miss it.
You've been coming in for over 5 years now, and I'm really overwhelmed that you would still want to come back in after 5 years, and I hope it will continue. Yeah, it's been great.